Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review tonight. Coming live from Memphis, Tennessee. As there's a lot packed on this show tonight, it is a lot of things that are worthy. For news, it's better than last week's show where we kicked off the year horribly for Monday Night Raw, knowing how much bullshit they can consume in a day, well, pretty much every week. They're shitty every week, but moving on from last week, we kicked off the show with the recap of pretty much Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe's match last week for the Intercontinental Championship, which, I still don't know why they didn't put it on Joe, but Reigns came out. I guess he had a mixed reaction this time, the more boos, but he says he was a fighting champion, and he was fighting for Dean Ambrose last week, saying if you mess with one member of the Shield, you mess with all of us. So he pretty much made a warning to everybody in the back that fucks with any of the Shield. Until Jason Jordan came out and interrupted Reigns, and he pretty much told Roman Reigns that, you got goosebumps watching that match with Joe, and, he felt like he was part of something meaningful, or almost like he was part of the Shield he tried to put on to say. And as he was talking, he prayed like, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us, and he said, this is your yard and everything, your yard. But, we took care of the bar last week, him and Seth, so, we're going to get some credit here, too. But Seth pretty much came out and told Jordan that, you have a lot to learn, he says. And you need to work on your timing. Because, it was all of our moment, okay? And we've all had issues with Samoa Joe. But this time, Reigns took care of Joe. And Jordan pretty much says, we're the champions now. We're all champions. We run this show. We're the most dominant team ever. We're we may not be the Shield, but we're pretty good. We're the most dominant three-man group, and it's pretty much Reigns and Seth looked down like, what do you mean we? Okay, what are you talking about? You're here, but you ain't in the Shield, okay? So you need to stop whatever you're doing right now. Because they just looked at him like, they looked embarrassed and just looked at him crazy. Next thing you know, Finn Balor's music comes out, or the Balor Club, which I still think it's kind of odd they kind of put these guys back together literally right before Wrestle Kingdom 12, which, by the way, that was a phenomenal show. Please check out my review today. It was a lot of things to speak on that whole show. But as we pretty much, the Balor Club came out, talked about, you want to say you're the most dominant trio. Listen, we've been running stuff for 10 years, even before Jordan knew, Angle was his dad. But Gallo says, when we came to WWE, we were here to take titles, and we won the tag team titles, and Finn Balor was the first Universal Champion, and Balor pretty much says, we're taking over. He says, in 2018 will be the year of the Balor Club, which, which just could have been done sooner, but we'll get into how they booked Gallo and Anderson. We've said this many times, but Jordan pretty much laughed at them and said, well, this is the Champions Club, and Reigns and Rollins just had a look of why on their face, and Balor pretty much questioned him, you're the new version of the Shield. And he's like, I don't see Dean Ambrose, and he called him a nerd. Jordan, I believe he slapped Gallows, and they pretty much held him back until Kurt Angle made a 6-man tag, which pretty much Reigns, Rollins, and Jordan versus the Balor Club tonight. So it looks like they're doing something with this whole Balor Club, Bullet Club. This isn't a 1 week thing, and I guess they're gonna. And it looks like they're trying to make them into heels in a way. So they're not a face group; they're more of a heel group. Now, can they connect this right? I don't know. Listen, they've booked Gallows and Anderson horribly for the past 2-3 years now, since they got to WWE. If they've been booked like fucking clowns, jokes. Will Finn Balor be able to elevate them? I don't know, because when we first brought him in, this almost reminds me, and I know they're going against Reigns here tonight. This almost reminds me when AJ was here, and then when Gallows and Anderson got it. Wait, they teamed up together. Then it was like the whatever type, the club, not even Balor Club. It was just the club. And most of the time, Roman Reigns is kicking the living crap out of all three of them. Do we need to see that again? No. Because Gallows and Anderson, they've lost so much steam that it got to the point that I wanted them to go back to the real Bullet Club, to be honest. I really did at a point in time now. But since they're doing this whole Balor Club thing, I don't know. But they really need to be reestablished. And trust me, all three of these men need direction. Okay, all three of them, because they were going nowhere. Finn Balor is just facing jobbers every week, which they pretty much tried to put on and say that everybody's read this saying that Vince says he's not over and he's bland. So we'll see how this goes. And was a great heel in New Japan. Okay, and I've seen the clips, so I don't know if this will be the same thing. Listen, it's not going to be the same thing as New Japan. Okay, it really isn't. But we'll see and give it time. But Jerry's out on the Balor Club right now. Sasha and Bayley went against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, which I don't know. By the way, they gave them a lot of offense over Sasha and Bayley, like a lot of offense, and really trying to put over this whole absolution thing, which that whole group really sucks with Paige. It just sucks. But they lost to Sasha and Bayley. Sasha with the bank statement on Mandy Rose. But they really tried to put these women over big time. They really tried to put them over, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I can't take them seriously. Sonya Deville, for some reason, I can't take them seriously for some reason. They showed a Raw 25 clip of the Austin attacking Vince in the hospital. That's always funny. Cedric Alexander was talking to Goldust, as I guess Goldust was like a Mick from the Rocky movie, trying to train. Says, "Just stay up night tonight, kid. Alright, you gotta eat thunder and crap lightning," or is it the other way around? And Goldust says that Alexander is in control. Matt Hardy and his new theme music, or Woken, which I'm pretty tired of Woken Scream, by the way. But he came out, he did his delete chant, which some people did and some people didn't. So it's kind of a mixed thing with them doing the delete chants. And he did his best to get the deletes out there. So Matt, he went against Kurt Hawkins. He did bite him, and he did a delete chant before doing the Twist of Fate. And then next thing you know, him and Bray Wyatt have this stare down, and they laugh, which, by the way, there's a lot of laughing in the theme music too. And also Matt Hardy will be in the Royal Rumble match. I don't think he'll win it, but he probably will delete some people in the match. But like I've said with the whole Woken thing, I think they just do too much laughing in the whole thing. Like I said before, it was a part of the broken gimmick, but it's a little bit kind of overdoing it. And him and Bray would laugh, and they didn't touch each other, which they probably will at the Rumble when they get their hands on each other, but I'll go with that. Next was Elias coming to do a ring introduction for The Miz. By the way, Elias is over, okay? When he said WWE stands for Walk with Elias, the crowd said it too. And he sang a song. They said it was Pearl Jam's Yellow Ledbetter. That's what I heard. And it was about Elvis and Memphis. And he introduced The Miz as The Miz was back. He said he was done. People did chant welcome back, and he said he was done filming the Marine 6, which I just don't know why they keep making these movies. I don't know. I don't know how many of these are. And he said he was the glue that held Raw together. And, he thanked Dallas and Axel. They gave him, like a watch, and I think it was a watch, but a picture, he says. And he pretty much told them to sit down, so they were trying to argue with each other. I guess trying to give Miz a gift, but Miz says I was the Intercontinental Champion for 200 days until the Shield took him out. And he talked about his daughter will be born this year, and he wants to become the longest Intercontinental Champion in WWE history, and he wants to be mentioned with names like Bret Hart, Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels, the greats. So Miz cut a good promo here, but he says he wants his Intercontinental title back. But even I'm getting to the point, like, do I really need to see Miz with another Intercontinental title? I don't know. Is it 7-8 times now? I think it is. I'm not saying he's been a bad champion, but the last run he did nothing with that title. Okay, yeah, when they moved him to Raw, all he really did was face Dean Ambrose most of the time, and after that it just went bad for him in the Intercontinental title. It really did, and I still think that Miz was still a great talker, but he was just, as champion throughout the year last year, it was bad, okay? Cena buried him. and then he was just getting the crap kicked. He didn't really have any momentum, so and it just got to the point where they had to put on, the belt on Roman. But I don't know if I really want to see him as the Intercontinental Champion again. I think maybe he should be going up to the, I don't know, maybe the WWE title or the Universal title, but I doubt that right now. Balor was in the back, Finn Balor, and he talked about strategy. He didn't talk about memories, and Anderson just started talking about throwing him back with Tama, which I actually surprised they actually mentioned Tama Tonga and Bad Luck Fale and the Drunken Sumo and the New West from Saigon. But he said it's going to be strategy, and they all too sweet to each other, so I guess they're having some type of plan right now. Enzo came out, talked about he was sick, and Goldust being on 205, and he went against Cedric, which, Jesus Christ, Enzo got hurt big time out here, okay? Enzo was, hurt in this match, and I think it was a hard way, too, because Cedric did a handspring kick, and I guess it hit Enzo in the eye so hard, and next thing you know, Enzo's just trying to get in and out of the ring, and even when he did I believe Cedric did he did a flip dive outside. Enzo hurt his ankle, and the doctor checked on him, and he pretty much was counted out. So at least they're trying to keep this thing going. But Enzo get kicked hard in the face, though. Like, you could just see blood everywhere when he got kicked in the eye. So it's almost like he couldn't even keep up with Cedric in a way. And I guess that ankle injury, that's probably just selling that. But that eye thing was legit, though. They also talked about Raw 25, which will happen in 2 weeks. I don't say we, but I believe it's supposed to be at the Barclays Center and the Manhattan Center, so Raw will take place in 2 places, and they will have a lot of people there. Undertaker, DX, which we could just say DX. We don't know why they had to say DX and the Outlaws separately. They're all part of the same group, so it's D-Generation X in general. Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, the Dudleys, which I guess Bully Ray is not with Ring of Honor anymore or something. Ric Flair, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Click right there. The Bella Twins, I do not care about. The APA, and last but not least, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Give me a hell yeah. And I'm sure there will be more, but Austin being the last one they named, and the glass breaking was really good. So looking forward to seeing a lot of those guys back on TV again, and especially Austin. I haven't seen Stone Cold in a long time. I guess Billy Gunn will be back too, even though he's not with the company no more, but he'll be there. But yeah, a lot of legends coming back. Enzo was in the back then getting medical treatment, and Nia Jax checked on him. Kurt Angle was talking to somebody saying they will be in, I guess they'll be in the Women's Royal Rumble, saying they haven't been in the ring in a long time. Maybe Trish, maybe Lita, someone we haven't seen. Next thing you know, Sheamus and Cesaro show up saying we want our titles back. And he says you'll get a rematch at the Royal Rumble, but tonight you got some competition. You'll get some competition tonight. And then the Miz pretty much came in and said that I want my rematch for the Intercontinental title. And Kurt Angle says, yeah, you'll get it in 2 weeks at Raw 25. And they agreed to it. And I guess Miz talked about some show with his wife, Maurice, on the USA Network, which that's actually legit now to it. I thought he was just kind of bullshitting with that, but I guess that's a legit thing. It's going to be a show. Miz also being part of this whole mixed challenge thing. Asuka is his partner, which since Asuka's undefeated, he said we will win. Bliss went to Asuka, pretty much told her, like, you won last week, but your lucks ran out tonight. You wait till Nia Jax, my best friend, which I don't know why they're doing this whole friend thing. I thought they established they weren't. Titus Brand. Good God, Titus Brand. They got to win over the Bar. I don't know, but they clean. Let me say that too. Clean in a way. So what, are they going to be part of this tag team title match too? I don't know, but they're part of it, maybe, but they gotta win clean. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out as Brock and Paul Heyman, talked about the old school, cutting a promo, and he had a lot of respect for that, but tonight he's gonna be a hypocrite a little, and talked about Brock is the most dominant Universal Champion ever, and promoting an old school way, and no one's gonna take down Lesnar. and he has to survive the people he's with. Talking about the monster versus machine, and talked about Kane. He took Kane's best shot and he got right back up. And he's going to take down both Kane and Strowman. And Heyman pretty much, went off cliffhanger. And, he's will pin both of them or one of them. Or either way, he'll win. And he's the most dominant champion in WWE history. I'll just wait till Roman comes. So, yeah, Paul did, once again, cutting a great promo as usual. He'll cut any great promo. Just selling this match that, he will beat them, pin, whatever. And, yeah, he just pretty much saw how Brock's going to win. And then he was leaving. Kane pretty much attacked Lesnar from behind. Next, Braun Strowman shows up and throws Lesnar. By the way, he threw him hard into some equipment that nearly landed on his head, which looked brutal. And then he took a giant crate, hit Kane with it, and then he took a grappling hook and pulled down a giant scaffolding, which could have killed, which most likely would kill Kane and Lesnar, as Heyman screamed and shouted with shock and telling people to help, and Strowman just left him for dead. And this is what's weird too. You telling me Kane can make it back on his own feet and walk away, but Brock Lesnar couldn't and needed an ambulance. So I don't want to go, Paul. But Kane can make it out on his own? That's something that really could have killed somebody, but Kane can walk away though and nearly unscathed, but Brock can't. Okay, that doesn't make no sense, but you gotta get this thing over, even though none of these two will win, and Brock Lesnar will retain as usual, but they're trying to make this believable as possible. But we know Kane and Strowman aren't gonna win. We know this. We all know what the plan is. We all know. Samoa Joe beat Rhino, Coquina Clutch, and talked about it was a Pyrrhic victory for Roman Reigns last week, and soon he will finish the job on him. But in the meantime, he will be in the Royal Rumble match, as Caruso talked about people like Orton, Nakamura, and Cena, and he talked about Cena, and he will take Cena out himself at the Royal Rumble, which I guess they're probably setting up a match for them sooner or later, or one will eliminate the other, and most likely will be a WrestleMania match. Alexa Bliss went to Nia Jax, tried to ask what Enzo was doing, and then tried to talk about people talking behind her back.
I don't know that.
And Asuka said something, and when she went to tell him, tell Nia Jax what Asuka said, Nia asked Bliss, she asked Bliss if she speaks Japanese, and she said no. Asuka doesn't speak English, so see ya. Which then kind of weird. Asuka comes out, and then Jax takes out an electric chair and a somersault like senton and leaves. So it'll be a match with these two next week. And it's kind of odd that Nia Jax said she's in the Women's Royal Rumble. You were already in the Rumble when you were out there standing with Stephanie. So we kind of knew that already. And next week they'll have a match too, so Asuka will win that. Even though she's already beaten Nia Jax in the past anyways. Next thing, main event time. I guess I should say this about the Mixed Match Challenge. Since Bayley doesn't have a partner, you can vote to see who a partner would be. Samoa Joe, Elias, or Jason Jordan. It would be funny with Samoa Joe and Bayley for some reason. I don't know why, but it would. The Balor Club came out as they actually showed photos of, which I guess building this up, of how they were in Japan, of Anderson and Balor creating the Bullet Club until Gallows joined later, and they showed photos of them, which it was kind of funny. And I know there's one photo, because I know Fale and Tamatanga, and because we know it's the Bullet Club, but they had to edit out the Bullet Club logo off of Carl Anderson's shirt. And they went against Reigns, Rollins, and Jordan. 6-man tag. It's a good main event, I will say that. But when it kind of came to the finish, Jason Jordan kept getting involved, and Reigns says, "What are you doing?" And then he was able to take out both Gallows and Anderson with Superman punch and a spear, whereas Jordan helped Rollins to his feet. Rollins hit the shotgun drop kick and hit the coup de grace on Seth for the win. So they pretty much won the match, and then next thing you know, they were arguing with Jason Jordan. But then The Miz comes out and the Miz Taraj comes out, they start jumping everybody, and then they pretty much hit a skull crushing finale on Reigns, and then a triple shield power bomb on him. So yeah, but at least Balor Club, they got a win, and they needed a win, really, so they can at least look legit. I wouldn't say they're heels right now. Well, maybe I said earlier they look like they were heels. Or are they going to be heels? Are they faces? Are they heels? That's the main question. Because Finn is a face, but Gallows and Anderson have been heels though. But maybe they are face. Maybe they're a heel. I don't know. But this was a better Raw. Really, this was a really better show than last week. There was a lot going on. We saw the Balor Club. We seen Strowman do some incredible, crazy stunt that could nearly kill somebody. The Miz returned. Matt Hardy, Woken Matt Hardy, now wrestled on Raw first time instead of doing just a regular promo. Yeah, there was a lot going on in this show tonight, so it was good. Enzo versus Cedric for the Cruiserweight title, but Enzo, well, he was bleeding all over the place and hurt his ankle. So it was a lot going on in this show. So yeah, a better Monday Night Raw tonight, I will say that. But like I said, it was a good show tonight, and this camera likes to screw with me sometimes that it gets blurry. But yeah, it was a better show tonight, better than last week, and it was a little bit more enjoyable. But hey, that's my Monday Night Raw review. Make sure you check out my Wrestle Kingdom 12 review. I really did work very long on that. So yeah, I will see you guys later. We'll see you tomorrow night for SmackDown. And like I said, check out the reviews, comment, and subscribe. And tell me what you think about Wrestle Kingdom and Raw tonight. I'm out of here. I will see you guys later, and peace.